Yo, what up? It's Needing Art. It's been a while since I did one of these, but UFC 299's tomorrow, and I'm trying to get some content out because that's what the world likes, right? I'm gonna try to show you how to create this 299 style, but with my own flip, because you should, come up with your own stuff, be original, add your own little flair to everything. So when you're watching these videos, I've seen people do this, and it's slightly disrespectful. Actually, it's very disrespectful. When you're trying to create art, I wouldn't consider it art if you're following somebody's tutorial and you're making the exact same thing that they showed you in the tutorial, and you're just changing out the fighters or the characters or whatever, and then you're posting that to your social media. That is not creative. That is not original. We do these to show you guys, to give you guys the tips and tricks so you could go and create your own little meal, if you get what I'm saying. So don't steal people's tutorials and run with it as if it was something you created. Try to add your own little flip, because that's kind of annoying. But those people are few and far between. But let's get into it. I have a few background images from Unsplash. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm not sure. We're gonna go to image. We're gonna rotate it clockwise, and then we're gonna do 1600 right here. Resize it, throw it down there. I kind of felt like this was Miami style, since the fight is in Miami, but yeah, let's try it. We're gonna go ahead and rename this to BG, and let's get going. So we got Suga and we got Chito here, so we're gonna need to hit Control T and resize this so it's pretty similar in size to how they are on this original poster here. That's probably good. We might need to resize him a bit. Yeah, let's resize him a bit. And then we kind of need to rotate him. Yeah, he still needs to go down quite a bit. We'll do that. I'll go with this right here. Actually, a little bit more. Okay, we'll go with this right here. And I'll just place him like that. Now we can go to Chito, Control T. And I use this Cheeto. He's not Tito Ortiz, damn. I use this Chito because he has hair, and he has hair right now. He's not bald, so that's why we're using this one. Just continue to resize him, and we're gonna rotate him. And I'm gonna say a lot. Get used to it. I guess I'm gonna rock with it like that. I don't know. He's still too big, and O'Malley's too big too. So I'm gonna keep it like this, and then I'm gonna rotate him like that, and then we'll go back to O'Malley, and we will resize him and place him up here, because it appears that he is taller than Chito. So we have that. Now I can convert both of these to smart objects. Now let's go to Dustin, and let's resize him. Control T. And they got him pretty small on here. They got him to where his UFC shorts are showing. And he's still a bit small. I'm gonna go back to this O'Malley here and rotate him more, so he's coming in like that. Kind of like they're about to kiss. Wouldn't that be weird if they kiss, since they hate each other? I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be weird. It's MMA. Anything can happen. Okay, let's go to Benoit. Not to be mistaken with Chris Benoit, who is was a professional wrestler who did something very psychopathic. We won't get into that though. All right, whatever. These two dudes might be too small, but this is what I'm using. This is the size I'm going with. I don't care. I'm gonna zoom in and fix him. I want his shoulder to be more over here, like that. Okay. We can zoom out now. And we can convert both of these guys to smart objects. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I hope you can. If not, this video was pointless. So let me go grab this halftone gradient, and let's flip this, and let's resize it. Sure, that'll work. And let's move this over here. bring it below all of our fighters. Let's go to subtract, looks cool. Edit the fill a little bit, and we'll leave it like that for now. Now we're going to create a gradient map, and it's gonna be black and white. So if you don't know how to do a black and white gradient, I really don't know what to tell you, but you just go here, click gradient map. If your foreground and background colors are black and white, it'll be black and white. And so what we'll do here is we will grab our rectangular marquee tool, and we'll just try to chop this how they have it chopped. It's not gonna be perfect, but it will do. Just eyeballing it here. Anyways, this is what I'm gonna go with, and I'm gonna hit fill black. And so that is how we're gonna do that. And now we're gonna go to filter, camera raw filter, and we're gonna bump this up a ton. So we're gonna mess with this a ton. So let's go 25, 15, 15, -10, not -12, -10, 15, 15. For effects, we're gonna do 55 on the texture, 75 on the clarity, and let's see how that looks. Okay, that looks fine. We're gonna need to add some curves. So I'm gonna duplicate this layer, and I'm gonna drag that camera raw filter to Sean O'Malley. Excuse me. Same thing with Sean for Benoit, and then we're gonna do the same thing for Benoit to Dustin Poirier. And so now we got our camera raw filters. They're all looking like they might have a bit too much, but it's also kind of dope. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna reduce that on some of them. So I'm gonna go down here to camera raw filter for Sean O'Malley, and I'm gonna drop that to 70. You know what, I'm gonna drop that to 55 on O'Malley, and then I'm going to, since they're smaller, the effect hit them harder. So for Benoit, I'm gonna drop that to 75, and for Dustin, I'll do the 70. And then I'm gonna go back to Tito. I said it twice now. I'm gonna go back to Chito, and we're gonna mess with the curves. So let's see what we got here. And bump that up. Trying to get it the way I want it. I don't know if it's gonna work. It's better, but I'm gonna reduce that to 70. Okay, and it does appear that these two dudes are still too big, so maybe we'll resize them like that, and then we can come back up here, and that's cool. I like that. All right. Now, here's the tab. I stole that from that poster, but creating a tab is fairly easy, so yeah. All right, now let's go grab some bokehs or lens flares or whatever you want to call these. All right, now let's resize this. Let's do 1666, and we can drag that to our canvas and drag that to the top. Let's do screen. Let's do hue saturation, adjustment layer, clip that there, colorize, and let's change it to something funky in Miami. What would that be? Maybe we just do the yellow, the gold. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do that. And we can drag this to the top to see how that looks above everything, because it might look dope like that. Nah, it doesn't, so that's fine. We'll create a layer mask on this, and we'll grab a soft round brush, and we will start brushing away to where we don't want that. 'Cause you don't want this all over their face, right? It would look ridiculous. So where you think it's unnecessary, it's probably unnecessary. Like, it's unnecessary being all over Poirier's face. It's unnecessary to be all over Benoit's face. He doesn't deserve that. He seems like a decent guy. Get rid of this because there's going to be some text there. I'm still not like in love with what we got going on here for these guys. So we're going to add them to a group. We're going to try a little something, and we're going to go to gradient map. We're going to clip that there, and we're going to try to create a little color palette that resembles Miami. So we'll do this pink here. I'm going to click here and add maybe like a yellow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this here and pull this here. Just making some adjustments on the fly. Now we need a blue. Let's get a blue, Miami blue. That's cool. Maybe it needs to go here. Pull that back. Pull that forward. And I don't know if this is going to work the way I want it to or not, but we're just going to try something here. Okay. Let's do pin light. Soft light. I like that. Although it's not exactly how I want it to be, we might be able to alter it to it. I like it, but I don't love it. So let me add brightness and contrast, and then maybe mess with the levels. Okay, delete that. Let's do some levels. And bring the white up. It's looking better. Bring the gray up. Bring the black back in. It's too much. Okay. And then you can mess with the opacity till it comes to a level of your liking. So we'll do that here. 55. I might even go lower on that. 35. Might even go lower. Let's do 25. And then the levels, we can mess with the levels till it. I like that right there. We'll keep it like that. All right. Now we can start messing with the text. So I'm going to use refrigerator. Let's see here. Refridge. And I'm going to type 2. And then I'm going to change this to and make it white. And then I'm going to make it way larger. Now, obviously, this isn't the right 2. I don't know exactly what font they used, but it doesn't matter. It is what I'm using. So, since I don't want my text to be destructive, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a group, type text, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click Control on Suga and then Shift Control on Chito, and then I'm going to create a layer mask, and then I'm going to hit Control I and invert that layer mask so that 2 is now behind them. And then I can do another, because I'm going to need another group. So I'm just going to type, let's see, O'Malley. Then we're going to try to make that as big as it is on here, and hopefully it turns out the way we want it to. I'm not going to use heavy, I'm going to use bold. Let's go with extra bold. And I'm going to start messing with this text. So I'm going to drag this down so it's not as tall, and I'm going to stretch the text out a bit. Go back to this 2. This 2 can be smaller, it doesn't need to be the size that it is. That's fine. And then for O'Malley, we can bring that up here, and then we can hit Control J so we don't have to continuously hit the type tool, and we will type Vera, and he can be a little smaller, or I mean a little shorter. He can't be a little smaller. We'll bring him here, and then what we will do is we will grab our rectangular tool and we will do a rectangle like this. Okay, gonna bring it all the way to this V. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a layer mask, and then we're going to grab the polygonal lasso tool, and we'll come up here like this. Now this isn't gonna be perfect, but it's what I'm gonna do, so we're gonna do that. Cool. I might even do it again. Yeah, let's try it one more time. And then we can bring that closer. And I'm gonna zoom in and make this actually match right up with the Vera text. That's cool, that works for me. I'm gonna zoom out and I'm going to type verses, and I'm gonna bring this up here and I'm gonna change this to black, and I'm gonna go to my kerning 50, let's do 100, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stretch it a bit like that, bring it down. I'm actually gonna rotate it a bit and then maybe do a little italic. No, I don't like the italics. Okay, so now I'm gonna click Control here, and I'm gonna go to this rectangle, and I'm gonna hit the rectangular, go to the rectangles layer mask, and then we'll fill that with black, and then we can delete that versus text. We don't need that anymore. Everything will look better here in a second. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add these to a group and type name text, and we will Control click Dustin, Shift click Control Benoit, and create a layer mask on that name text. Then we'll hit Control I to invert it. And now we can, what we can do is we can make this text and everything in here smaller if need be, which I don't think we need to really, but we will do that. Okay. And this 2, we can push this 2 up. And now we can add some more text. Let's do that. Let's do type poirier, and this text can come above everything else. It doesn't need to be right here. And what I'm gonna do right now, honestly, I'm gonna push Dustin over more. He doesn't need to be right there. So we'll have to fix that layer mask up there, but that's all good. So I'll just go ahead and grab my brush tool and get rid of that. Just trying to make this as quick as possible because I'm trying to get this out today. Trying to get out today, man. So you guys can rotate him. Have this if you even come across it before the fights. Okay, whatever. All right, we're gonna grab Dustin, and we are gonna paint black over this thing right here. Cool, that works. All right, we got the Poirier text, and I don't think we need heavy. We can just probably do extra bold for him as well. And he needs to be scrunched down a little bit and then pulled out like that. And then we can type Saint Denis. I think that's how you pronounce that. It's probably not though, so. All right, now Saint Denis. Cool. Push that over a bit. Yeah, whatever. And then now we'll type verses. Hit Control T to mess with the text. Smash it down. And cool. Now we can go ahead and grab the rectangular tool and make sure it's black. And zoom in here. World Bantamweight Championship, and that doesn't need to be extra bold, that can just be regular bold. And let's do regular. Let's bring this down to like 36. Bring this here. Okay, so it still needs to be smaller. Let's do 24. We can even go smaller. 18. So we'll do 18. And then we'll go to our kerning and let's try like 600. Yeah, that worked. let's go to that rectangle and let's chop it up. Let's go like this here, fill black, and then we'll come over here and do the same thing, and fill that layer mask part with black. And now we have this, and we can resize it and bring it right here. We are almost done, pretty much, but not really. Okay. And let's duplicate that and bring this down here, but it can be way smaller because they're not the main event. They're the co-main. Zoom in. And let's grab this. Make this way smaller because lightweight is way less text than World Bantamweight Championship. So I'm gonna delete that actually and just start typing fresh. Lightweight bout. Cool. Everything's probably not super centered, but I don't care. This is for YouTube, so it'll do. It'll do. All right. Now we're just gonna clean this up a bit and add some extra effects. So let's go to suga, blending options, and let's try outer lay first. Show all effects. I said outer. Let's try outer glow. Make sure it's set to screen. Kind of want like that yellow gold color, and maybe add a little noise to it. Make it a little funky. Add some size. Add a little spread. Nothing crazy. Do one on the spread, and then we can try inner glow with that same color and see what it looks like. It might not look great. Yeah, I kind of like it, but I don't like it being super noisy like that. So that's cool. That'll work. I'm worried how that's going to turn out on Chito. I'm just going to copy these effects like that. Delete that. All right, I like it. And then we can do the same thing for Benoit and Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Doesn't look good, it doesn't look good, and we can get rid of it. But looks a little crazy on Dustin, but I'm gonna keep it anyways. I don't care. So let's go underneath this text. Actually, let's go to the text and type blending options, and let's do that outer glow on there. Yeah, I like that. But it might need something under it to make it more funky. Okay, we'll try it. And then we'll add this to a group too. And we'll duplicate the effect onto that so we don't have to go back, and create a layer underneath this text. And we're just gonna try something real quick. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's all good. So we're gonna try to use this orange color, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna go for that blue color. The orange color looks fine. I'm just gonna click behind the text. I don't like how that looks behind that E. So we'll go back. But it looks fine on O'Malley's side. Maybe it needs to be a little bit more faint on O'Malley's side, so we'll lower our opacity and our fill, and we'll click like right there. Then we can go below Poirier's and just keep dragging this tool, this paint tool, underneath all this text. I actually like this a lot. And then let's go to that 2. Where's that 2 at? Let's go to blending options. Let's try that outer glow and that inner glow on it too. It's gonna need to be popped up more. Change that to screen. And then that's cool. Now, I don't know what happened to this right here. Oh yeah, we need to delete this. Okay. So that's looking good. Now what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna create a layer on top of all the fighters. Let's try the levels and let's set that to screen. I'm gonna hit Control I in there, and then I'm gonna zoom in on their eyes and make them pop just a little bit more. Zoom in, not zoom out. All right, let's grab the brush tool. Make sure our color is white. And let's fill that in with white. And then we can go over to Chito. Remember, it's Chito, not Tito. Don't be like me. And then we can go over to, Jesus. Oops. His eyes don't really pop out. There's another trick you can do, but that's for another day. We're gonna duplicate that. Sean's eyes look good. Sean's eyes look good, and then so do Cheeto's. They don't look great, but what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna duplicate this, but then I'm gonna go to Sean's and I'm gonna fill that with black on this particular one, and then I'm gonna zoom in. Something looks up with Dustin and Denis. All right, so we got a little bit too wild on there, so we're gonna add these levels to a group, create a layer mask, grab our brush tool, and we'll go under their eyes so it doesn't look super crazy, and then we can zoom out. And then what we can do to make this pop a little bit more is we can try a curves level above all this to bring out the make it pop a little bit more. And then I'm gonna delete this. This is just final effects. We're basically done. All right, so we can bring that down to 30. See what you got there, and then we will do brightness contrast. We'll do 2 and 1, and this is essentially done. Like, this is my flip, so let's go ahead and look on the left and look on the right. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add all this text and everything into a group, and I'm going to bring this tab up here. I'm going to add that all to a group. I'm going to hide it real quick, and I'm going to hit Shift Control Alt T, and we're going to go to Filter, Camera Raw Filter, and we're going to mess around a bit. So let's do 15, 15, 15, 5, negative 19, oops, negative 19, color 5, 5, 2, 2, let's go to color grading and move that over a bit. Over a bit, color mixer, and go over to all, click all, play around with that a little bit, and then effects, 15, 15, add 25 to the grain. We'll check our before and after. It's got that professional look to it, and then what we can do is click OK. And then we will drop this to like 61. Let's try 55. 55. Still a little bit too rough. A little bit too raw. And let's do 25. And then Shift Control Alt E one more time. We'll hit sharpen. Bring that down a bit. And there you have it. That's how you can, make a UFC poster. This is our $2.99. It goes down tomorrow in Miami, Florida. Your main event is Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera 2. Chito beat him in the first fight. I'm picking him in the second fight. Who you guys picking? Dustin versus BSD. I don't know, that staph infection's kind of got me freaked out, so Dustin probably pulls it off, but I don't know. Let me know if you like this in the comments. Let me know what else you need, you want to see. Like and subscribe. And leave a comment, man. Like, without the engagement, my stuff doesn't pop up on YouTube, so it, you know, making these videos takes time. If you want more videos, you gotta help me out. Help me out and I'll help you out. Anyways, enjoy the fights, guys.